The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday, November 9th. Thank you for joining into our weekly HCR webinar. We have a lot to discuss today. I can't help but be reminded of last year at this time. It was the day after the big election, and the world was our oyster. At least me personally, I had a lot of high hopes for some significant changes, not only to this law, but, in many other things that affect us as Americans. But unfortunately, what seems to have occurred is just more instability and crazier rates. So I appreciate that everyone joins in every week. It still amazes me after more than 3 years that we have something to talk about every week, but, it is fast and furious, and things are changing so quickly. So, again, I'm trying to keep up with everything for you, and hopefully you find these webinars still a resource for you and a place where you can get your questions answered. So, enough of the niceties. My name is Deb Wilkinson, and I'm the Vice President of the Health Plan Options Department here at URL. I oversee the group health market and the individual market in Pennsylvania. Just with a show of hands, if you can let me know if you can hear me and see my screen okay, that would be great. Thank you all so much. I'm going to put your hands down now. If you are new to the format, you can ask questions by doing just that, raising your hand, and I'll unmute you at the end of the webinar, or you can type in your question on the question box in the control panel to the right of your screen, and I'll answer those as well. So let's get started right into it. The 40 Hours of Full-Time Act was introduced by the Senate and the House, and those are the bills. I checked yesterday, it's still just introduced. There's no vote, no committee, nothing. So it's still there. It's just kind of hanging out. Hopefully, it will work its way through. So the question is, will a measure to nix the individual tax penalty be included in the tax bill? Speaker Ryan and Senator Cassidy indicate it could be. They're kind of saying two different things, that they think it could be, they want it to be, but they also don't want anything to affect the vote for any tax reform. So, that might be an 11th hour addition or deletion. We're not really sure. There was some news, or it's being talked about, that if it's not within the tax bill, that the president would sign an executive order to nix the individual tax penalty. So again, still evolving, but at this point, it's still the law of the land. The individual tax penalty is still in place, and according to the IRS, will be enforced. I typed this up yesterday. CBO is considering changing the way it evaluates, or it has evaluated the impact of repeal of the individual tax penalty. And they did just that. So it was announced this morning that the CBO did reevaluate, and it says the cost of eliminating the individual tax penalty is $338 billion over 10 years, and that's down, not a shocker, about $80 billion from the December CBO evaluation. We've talked before that not really reliable. It's supposed to be a nonpartisan sort of facts-only office, but I think they're influenced a bit. So, those are figures such as they are. Will they ever come to fruition or really mean anything? Probably not. But if the Republicans want to get the tax changes through, this is good news for them, I suppose. Another thing on the chopping block within the tax reform is medical deductions. So that's a pretty scary thing, because a lot of people rely on those medical deductions, and it says about 9 million households, 6% of tax filers claim the medical expense. The annual cost to the U.S. Treasury is about $10 billion, and it's used more than just your medical expenses, so it would affect what they're saying, more of the middle class if that's taken out. But again, we're at the very beginning of all of this. Just wanted to keep you abreast of what's being bandied around. CBC, Capital Blue Cross, the UPMC Pinnacle systems are in network. So I wanted to just mention that again, because if you recall, Highmark, the EPOs, the Direct Blue individual products, it is not in network. So just want to make sure that you're aware of that if you are working in this individual market. And I say CBC, we continue on with that. They were late to the party, but they're now paying commissions, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes when we go over all the commissions. Aetna, the AFA, which starts at 5 Live starting this year, they are going to be handling the 1095, so they will automatically send the form 1095Bs in January to all small group AFA members with coverage from the previous calendar year, and that means that employers will no longer have to deal with the whole 1095B forms. Aetna is completing them on the employer's behalf. I think that's a great service, but again, just wanted you to be aware of it. We had a Christian Health Share Ministry, the pro-life plan webinar, the introduction on Friday at 9 o'clock. For those of you that attended and expressed interest in getting appointed, we are holding a 201 training webinar, which is going to be much more intense, and that's on November 30th from 2 to 4. Again, you had to have either sat in or requested appointment on the pro-life plan in order to get the invitation for the 201 webinar. So if you have any interest in the learning more about the Christian Health Share Plan, the pro-life plan, then I would encourage you to go to our website and get on the YouTube channel. And let me just show you how to do that. There's our website. Here's our YouTube channel right up here. And hopefully it will come up. There we go. Here are all of our webinars that are recorded. Here is the affordable alternative to the ACA for individuals and families. It's an hour long. Please listen to it. If you decide you want to get appointed, shoot me an email and I'll get you appointed and get you on that invitation list for the 30th. I guess we'll stay on the site. The next bullet point, how the heck can I quote individual medical? That is also on our site. If you, sorry about that, go to our website. You can log in now if you have your login, or if you're not registered, you can register now and get the login very quickly for our site. But you go to the Aries portion, which is our brokerage services, departments, health plan options, and quoting tools. Quoting tools, the health marketplace quoting portal, it is on marketplace only. You cannot make application through this, but you can quote on the marketplace, estimate subsidies, look at the plans available, look at their SBCs, etc. So you'll at least get an idea of what's available, the pricing, etc. So that is for on marketplace only. Off marketplace, we don't have a portal. We do have the paper rates for the carriers on our website, again, under health plan options and under product information and under individual health. Hope that helps as well. Let's see what else we have here. Food for thought, the bronze plans. You probably are experiencing a lot of zero-cost bronze plans, so I say why not add a limited medical plan or a gap plan to support those higher deductibles, high out-of-pocket costs. I did attach our HPA IHC metal gap flyer, so I think that you may have an interest on that, and plus, of course, it's commissionable. So let's talk a little bit about commissions. UPMC, the $10 per member per month or $5 per member per month renewal. The expansion counties do include URL as a general agency, and commissions are paid on the select and partner networks only and the Tower Health Network. The Tower Health Network is the expansion county for Berks County. So if you're selling in Berks County and it's new, you're going to get $10 per member per month. If it's a renewal, it's $5 per member per month. So I hope that helps. Independence, that is on our website as well. They're paying not only for new business, but renewal business for the new business that was written last year. Capital, I did put the flyer, it's in the newsletter, which you'll get in a few minutes. It is $8 per member per month on new enrollees or $12 per member per month on renewal business. So they did come late to the party, but they are paying commission. So I don't know if that's going to change anything in the way you approach your individual under 65 clients, but I'd be interested in learning what, based on this new information, your strategy is going to be. Are you still going to, are you going to be in the market? Are you still going to kind of dabble in it? I would just be interested in learning what your thoughts are on the commissions and if that, or how it will, or if it will change the way you approach individual medical sales. Hi, Mark. I'll get to this Central PA, Western PA, and Northeastern PA slide. Geisinger, they are paying 3% on renewals. This has not changed from last year. Had a tough time getting confirmation on this, but if you do have renewals, you will get 3%. And then, of course, no plans for Aetna in Pennsylvania on or off marketplace. Here's the Central Pennsylvania information. EPO new business is $10 per member per month. That's total, so it's split 8 and 2. Renewal is 12, so obviously they're encouraging folks to go into the EPOs, and that's $9.60 to the agent, $2.40 to URL. PPOs, no new business commissions. Western PA, no new business commissions, just renewal for most of their, well, all of their products. And then NEPA, now Highmark East, $6 per member per month on new business. Again, that's split 80-20, and renewal business. And then new business on the PPO is 0 commission. So that brings us up to the end of our webinar for today. I'll have more information next week, which is the 16th. Hopefully you'll be able to join us. And let's see if we have any questions. Looks like we do, not many. There is a reminder, deadlines for Capital Blue Cross for group submission. It's next Wednesday. There are no exceptions per the carrier. There's nothing that we can do, unfortunately. So if you do have those groups out there that you want to submit for 12/1, Wednesday is the cutoff. If we don't get everything in by Wednesday, it will have to move to a 1/1 effective date. Not our choice, certainly, but the carriers. And Tim asks, what differentiates EPO versus HMO? HMO is a gatekeeper where EPOs are not. EPOs just have in-network benefits, but are not a gatekeeper sort of program. HMO has, of course, your primary care physician, and everything sort of flows through a primary, whereas EPO doesn't. So I don't know if that explains it a lot, Tim, but I can get you some additional information on the differences between the two. And that's it. That brings us to the end of the questions. I guess everyone is just exhausted that we're in fourth quarter. As always, I truly appreciate everyone joining in, and thank you for the time that you take every week to ask your questions and to listen in. We will be back here next week on the 16th at 9:30. And as always, thank you so much for your partnership and your business. Please keep the questions coming, and I wish you all a wonderful balance of the week and a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.